very late in the afternoon. It's almost 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. I had to attend my youngest daughter's dance concert today, which was fantastic, but that means I didn't leave town till around 2 o'clock. So it's about a 3.5 hour drive northeast of Brisbane to a little town called KINBOMBI, and then out to a waterfall from there, just south of there. Little free camping area, so I'm hoping it's going to be fairly quiet. We're about a week out of away from school holidays beginning here in Queensland, so typically speaking people won't go out this weekend. They'll leave it till the following weekend to head out, or the following week I should say, to head out. So I'm just hoping that it's going to be nice and quiet this weekend. Temperature wise it's absolutely perfect. It's still 18 degrees this time of the day. It'll probably be fairly cool early in the morning, I would expect. But once again, being north of Brisbane this time for the first time, I'm expecting it to be a little bit warmer as you get closer to, obviously, to the equator. So looking forward to getting out. It'll be probably just on dark as I arrive in campsite, but that's okay. I've got lamps and so forth. Only real issue really this time of the day is obviously driving with animals on the road as it becomes dusk. The little Subaru I'm driving has got fantastic lights. They're LED lights, but the issue is more around animals and so forth. So what that means is once obviously the sun starts to go down, we need to slow down and just allow for that. So looking forward to getting out though in this perfect weather in the middle of winter in Queensland, and I'll show you more once I get to the campsite. Well, it's 10 past 5, about 15 minutes out of camp. Just thought I'd jump on the camera right now. It's just beautiful light this time of the night, really beautiful soft pastel colours. Unfortunately I'm going to miss the golden light at the campsite, potentially on the waterfall itself. But yeah, just a beautiful time of the day. Just as the sun's starting to set out to the my right hand side of the car, just lovely light. Really enjoy this. Okay, just turn off the main road. Just heading down towards the waterfall now, about 4 kilometres down this road. So just interesting to see how the camera goes in this sort of light. It's just on dusk, 20 past 5 or 20 p.m. But yeah, interesting little country. A lot drier out this way compared to down south, as you would have seen in my last videos. A lot greener down south. Very dry grass up here. It's obviously been long in the summertime with the rain, but as we get into the winter time in the subtropical Queensland, it all starts to dry out because of the lack of rain. So yeah, nice to see some different country, I must admit. Unfortunately, I've turned up to the camp spot and there were 6 or more caravans parked up with people sitting around campfires enjoying their dinner and the peace and quiet. So I decided not to do any filming outside of the fire you see before you on screen now, and some footage of the stars. I really don't think it's fair to start setting up cameras and filming my camp spot and what I'm having for dinner, etc., when everyone is just wanting to enjoy the sunset. So instead, we'll jump forward to the following morning and we'll take it up from there. Well, good morning. It's a very quiet morning here this morning. Just on 7:15. We had a coffee, got the fire going, having a bacon and egg roll as usual. As you can probably see just up behind me here, the sun's just starting to come up now, so just about to have this breakfast, and then I'll head down to the falls and have a look around there. Got in last night, it was dark. Unfortunately the campground's full of caravans, but that's okay. So just going to have this breakfast and we'll have a bit of a look around. Well, good morning. Just out of camp now at 9 AM. As I said last night, unfortunately the place was full of caravans, so it wasn't the best camp spot I've been to, I must admit. It was okay, but yeah, unfortunately because I'm on a bitumen road now, you're in a free camp spot, etc. You do get the what we call grey nomads here in Australia, which is the people in there who are tired travelling around Australia. And because of COVID and people not being able to travel overseas or go on cruise ships, there's a lot more of them travelling around at the moment. So probably about 6 of them there last night, which was fun. They're all very quiet, don't get me wrong, that was great. But it's not the sort of remote camping I'm looking for, where I'm by myself. As I said, last week at the lake, it was beautiful. The waterfall itself, unfortunately, wasn't running very well. As I said last night, you may be able to see in the background the grass here. Very, very dry country. You're about 1,000 k's north of where I was the last few weeks or the last few videos. So yeah, unfortunately the river itself was almost dried up. It was just stagnant pools. You saw in the footage there a bit earlier, there was a little bit of water coming down the waterfall itself, but it was really just a trickle. Sorry, just going off the road there, let another car go by. So yeah, not the best camp spot, but that's okay. Still getting out and about, which is what I enjoy. So going to go down a different road on the way back, as I always do, try and scout out some camp spots, other places that may be more remote, where caravanners and other campers may not be going, and we'll see how we get on. As you can see, guys, much drier here. Completely different country to what I've been travelling through for the last 3 or 4 months. Really nice change. Just coming up on some pine trees here on the left now, indigenous pines, and yeah, just really nice to get out somewhere different, I must admit. The country up here is just so dry, and such open country as well. Just haven't got the closed off jungles of the south, so yeah, just really enjoying this, I must admit. Well, what a difference an hour makes on the road. It's a completely different forestry here, as you can see. There's a lot more vines, a lot thicker forest, a lot more closed in. So just extraordinary when you're going through the Great Dividing Range, just the variance in the types of forest you go through and the land you go through. So as you can see here, it's just completely different to what I've been in the last few days. So yeah, just thought I'd show you the guys this, because it is such a stark difference. That's one of the great things about travelling further than a couple of hours outside of your CBD or your cities. So one of the great things that I really enjoy about getting out on the weekends. See guys, just coming back down through the range now, you can see the hills in front of me here. So temperatures dropped right down from about 18 degrees down to 14 degrees. Beautiful bluffs around the outside here. And yeah, as I said before, just completely different country. So really enjoying this day out, I must admit. Really nice just to get out on the windy roads all by yourself. As you can see, no cars around. Too far out of Brisbane to have traffic in these sorts of roads, so yes, very enjoyable. Really great when you just come down out of the mountains into a big broad valley. This is all cattle country around this area. As you can see probably in the background, very dry grass. So beef cattle is typically what they farm out this way. So it's been a beautiful trip from a point of view of the changing landscape. Really enjoyed that. So I just thought I'd going to do a quiet little valley here. I'd wrap it all up. Probably going to be a shorter video this week, which is not always a bad thing. But just want to do, as always, thank my 28 subscribers for coming along for the ride. Really do appreciate all the support, guys. And I look forward to seeing you all in a fortnight's time. Bye for now.